Nice to have a catch-up, Lee. Obviously, you're getting ready for a free week, of course. My blood boiled a little bit on Saturday when I heard that Leeds United had called the game off because of international duty in an EFL competition. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's disappointing. They've obviously entered the competition, I think, knowing that they're going to get the call-ups they've got. So we're disappointed that's been able to happen. I believe they've got 20 players or something like that on international duty. So yeah, disappointed considering they're entering an EFL Cup. But it is what it is.
Yeah, while we just spoke about Leeds calling off international duty, that's going to be the case with you. You're not going to be calling off the game, but you're going to be lacking a couple of key players, aren't you? And you know, you're going to have to do without the likes of Zach Williams and Eli King.
Yeah, they're going to be misses. Zach might have been potentially someone we'd have looked to play on Saturday. So they're going to be real misses, but it's a real bonus for them. They're both proud Welshmen and they love going off to the country. I know Zach does, working with him in the younger age groups. So they should be proud of their achievements and getting called up. But obviously it's a blow to us. But like I say, the opportunity now arises for a couple of other players to get in the squad or to get in the starting lineup.
Let's just cap over what he's done for Eli King as well. You know, he's coming to the team, his first main loan that he's had as well, coming out of Wales up to here. Are you well pleased with the way he's progressing, how he's fitted in?
Yeah, we are. He's added a calming influence to the midfield in terms of what he offers different to the other midfield players we've got. From the Bradford game, you know, he adapted really well to the tactics we were asking of him, but also implemented his game. You could see he's got some class on the football, but we're delighted with him. He's a real humble lad who wants to improve and work hard. But like I say, if we can get him just that slightly higher with the football, I think he'll cause some real damage.
You'll be considering every option that you've got between now and Saturday lunchtime when you have to finalise that starting 11. But I would think that one player who'll be really keen to impress this week is Kenan Aleshbala, because he hasn't been able to just get his start, but he's made an input from the substitutes bench. Again, happy with the progress, and do you think he's getting closer and closer now? Yeah,
he definitely is. He's really close. He's been impressive when he's come on in recent games. Exactly what we've needed at the time. Be in contention for the weekend.
That's key, isn't it? That substitutions have inputs.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, definitely. We want people who should be starting really on the bench and then have a point to prove when they come on, but also play within obviously the team structure. But that's what we're after. We're after every player to be able to push to make a start. And I think with everybody coming back fit, obviously we've got a couple missing, with Longy and Ollie. I think that's what the bench is looking like.
The win over Crewe took you to 9th in the table, 9 games played. It's a key figure, 9. Only 9 goals conceded as well. Are you happy with that progress and feel that you're going in the right direction?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we were 1 or 2 points short of what we could have got, but that's me being greedy. But we're absolutely delighted with the players, and we know there's much more improvement to come from these boys, particularly in the attacking third.
Yeah, what is now the key to it all? Because you've got your points on the board. You said you could have had a few more. But are you still feeling there's more ability, more belief, more control to come from your group of players in games? Yeah,
we do, and we think the players are beginning to, well, it's happened for the last few games, are earning the respect of the opposition, and they're flattening off, and the gaps are becoming harder to find out wide or through the middle. So we've got to come up with ways to adapt to that. Maybe getting a little bit more control, keeping the ball, slowing the game down to then speed it up. But in terms of what we look to create, we've got to do better. But no, we're delighted with the players and where we are. I think everybody who supports the club and in and around can see improvements, both on and off the pitch. You know, so I'm greedy, always want more, always do. But no, we're delighted with them.
The football club's been built on creativity, offensive players, and has had great success. But it seems like you've got a solid defence, and that's something that you were keen to get hold of. And they're all playing the part, the goalkeeper, the fullbacks, whoever comes in. But I want to just look at the two centre halves, one an experienced one a youngster. But how pleasing again is that partnership?
Yeah, they've been excellent, and I think what Rod's been able to do for Luke is he can play off the right. Luke's always just been the one who goes off to the left, and you know, he's a two-footed player, but I think it suits him more playing off the right, adds a bit of balance. Rodney's a good leader, exactly what this football club needed. Big, strong presence, hard-working. I'm going to say no nonsense, but he's got more to him than that. So that's had a positive effect on Zach, who's been playing next to him, that experience around him, being able to pull him into positions which will help him with the experience. I think Connor Thomas has been excellent. He's been probably the mainstay. One or two have changed in and around him. He's got that instinct to spot when players have gone forward and fits in. If you watch him, he does that really, really well. Gets a little toe onto a ball, which then breaks them down. So he's important to them two in front of him, and two behind him, because they also need that protection. And then whoever's been, Kingy of late, has been the one next to him to add that more protection. But overall, defensively, we couldn't be happier with them.
But just looking at Luke Offord, you hand in the captain's armband in the summer. For us, as we're commentating on the game and looking at it, we feel he's playing above this level and arguably above the next level. He's really got a consistent way of playing at the moment.
Yeah, we thought that before the season started. Obviously a tough season last year. Everyone coming for a little bit of criticism, but when I got closer to working with the first team towards the back end of the season, I still thought he was our best defender by a mile. Sometimes the ones who are quiet get unnoticed, but he's a real leader, has a real good presence around the building, carries himself well, but he's been in excellent form. And I generally do think, I generally do think he was our best defender last year, and perhaps for a couple of years, so it's no surprise to us.
Do you think that armband that you've handed him has given him more responsibility and has brought more out of him?
Definitely not brought more out of him. I don't know, is the honest answer, Graham. We just thought it was the right thing to do. He's a leader in terms of how he performs, how he trains, always doesn't miss anything. Always out training, always out first. So we knew what he could bring to the football club in terms of being captain. Let's
go to the other end of the pitch then, because Courtney Baker-Richardson is becoming a quickly firm favourite with the fans, not just because of his celebrations and that, but the way he goes about his business and scoring goals. But you bought him to score goals, but many players come here and they can improve the game because they've never had so much coaching and one-to-ones with people. Is that something that you're working hard on to get more out of him in his footballing game through the 90 minutes? Obviously you want him to keep scoring, but you think there's more in him?
Yeah, there's definitely more in him. I think what Courtney's doing is he's probably, without knowing too much about his stats when he was at Newport, he's probably working as hard as he's ever worked. And because he's the bigger striker, he's normally played in the 2. I know he's played in the 3 in the past at Swansea. I think he's getting closer to the goal. He's got an instinct to score. He knows where to be. And I think we're utilising that a little bit more, encouraging him to get into the box. Doesn't always have to be involved in the build-up. There's players around him who can get on the football and able to get crosses into the box, or like Kingy did, he just played off the shoulder and he was able to skillfully play the ball through. So we're just encouraging him to get more and goal scoring opportunities. And he leads by example, doesn't he? He works ever so hard. He's so encouraging. I've heard him around the young lads particularly, when things haven't gone particularly well in games, really encouraging, demands high standards. And somebody who wants to learn. He still has ambitions to play as high as possible. So when you've got that all mixed into one, it's a good recipe to have.